You heard it right. BTS's Taehyung, the man who has always been known for his calm, poetic, and living painting aura, suddenly went viral for something unusual. Not because of his vocals, not because of his visuals, and not because of Korean dramas, but because he danced. And not just any dance, but a direct collaboration with Leejung, the most iconic dancer in the K-pop industry today. Yes, Taehyung, who usually appears with smooth movements and BTS's signature classic choreography, now appears with a sharp, contemporary, and even experimental style. And netizens? They went wild. Social media was flooded with comments like, "This is not the Taehyung I know," or "Is this the new era of Kim Taehyung?" In this video, we will discuss why Taehyung's dance moment with Leejung can be called the strongest comeback of 2025. Not only because it went viral, but because this moment was theoretically, strategically, and artistically solid and well-planned. Ready? Let's get started. If you're a fan of Street Woman Fighter or the K-pop dance world, Leejung is no stranger to you. She's not just a backup dancer. She's a choreographer, creative director, and even a pioneer of new movements. From ITZY to Twice, from aespa to NCT, Leejung is the mastermind behind the choreography that's now become a viral TikTok dance challenge. So when Leejung suddenly appeared in a 2-minute video with Taehyung, everyone knew this wasn't just a whim. This was a collaboration with a purpose. This was a message. Why is this collaboration considered the strongest comeback of 2025? Let's talk about the theory of comeback strategy. In the K-pop world, a comeback isn't just about releasing a new song. It's about how an artist redefines themselves in an ever-evolving industry. Taehyung himself is known as the BTS member with the strongest artistic identity, often experimental, full of jazz and retro vibes. But for this 2025 comeback, Taehyung took a different approach. He ventured into the realm of performance art. Choreography isn't just about aesthetics. It becomes a visual narrative. His body movements are not just dance. They become a medium for emotional communication. And this is where the central theory of contemporary choreography comes in: movement as message. Taehyung doesn't just dance. He tells a story through his body. And Leejung is the perfect translator to shape that body language. The timing couldn't be better. After BTS's long hiatus due to military service, the public was craving something fresh. Fans weren't just looking for nostalgia, they wanted evolution. And Taehyung, for all his artistic brilliance, didn't take shortcuts. He didn't just release a ballad or a visual teaser. Instead, he delivered a shock therapy, a dance performance that instantly changed the public's perception. Remember, Taehyung isn't the lead dancer in BTS. But with his expressive gestures, he has the potential to become an icon of artistic performance. And his collaboration with Leejung is a symbol that he's serious about developing this side of himself. The context of this comeback is highly symbolic. There's a moment in the video where Taehyung stands with his back to the camera, then slowly turns around and does a space-splitting movement. This is no ordinary movement. In contemporary dance theory, this move is called breaking the axis, a symbol of stepping out of one's comfort zone. What does it mean? Taehyung is symbolically telling the world, "I'm not the idol I used to be. I'm not just the visual of BTS. I'm an artist." And this is the part that fans, even music critics, are starting to take notice of. The impact of virality and the movement of the fan base. Within 12 hours, the video was trending on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Even non-BTS fans were commenting. The public reaction proved an important aspect of mass communication theory. Cultural resonance occurs when the medium, the message, and the timing align. And yes, Taehyung managed to align all three. He knew how to present something beyond the fandom. This wasn't just for ARMY consumption, but for global pop culture consumption. How Leejung helped solidify this narrative. Leejung wasn't just a partner. She was a symbol of the choreographic revolution in a new era of K-pop. This collaboration wasn't just about friendship or style. It was a coming together of two worlds, the world of experimental choreography and the world of the visual idol. And their chemistry? It's amazing. Leejung doesn't dominate. Taehyung doesn't fade into the background. Instead, they complement each other. This is what makes their videos so interesting to watch over and over again, because their moves are not only artistic but also emotional. And speaking of the rise of artists, we cannot ignore one important thing that is the root of Taehyung's comeback strength this time: artistic freedom. So far, many idols have been trapped in a restrictive system, managed by agencies, curated concepts. Even the way they walk can be briefed. But here, we see Taehyung no longer as a product. He appears as an artist who has full control over his image, his narrative, and even the aesthetics he builds. And that can be clearly seen in the way this video is composed. If you pay attention, the shots used are very minimalist, but full of meaning. The lighting chosen is not glamorous, but moody and sometimes dark. The colors used tend towards earth tones, not the neon colors typical of K-pop. Why? Because Taehyung wants to create an imaginative visual experience, not a commercial one. This is very much in line with the theory of auteurism in cinema and art. This theory says that a true artist will be seen from how he instills his personal characteristics into his work, regardless of the medium or genre used. Well, at this point we can say, Taehyung is not just performing as a K-pop artist, but as an auteur, an artist full of style and personal philosophy. Now, let's discuss the emotional side of this performance. Did you notice that almost all of Taehyung's movements in the video seem to have a burden? His movements are not fast, but heavy. Not majestic, but deep. Well, in the theory of body language and movement expression, such movements are usually called weighted movements, movements that carry emotional meaning or trauma. So if you watch and suddenly feel, why is this so sad? Even though there is no sad music, it's because Taehyung's body is talking. And this is what makes his performance very human. We feel that he is not giving a show, but is pouring out his feelings through his body. And of course, it would be incomplete if we didn't discuss Leejung's response in this collaboration. Because even though the spotlight is more on Taehyung, Leejung actually shows her highest class as an artistic partner. She doesn't try to steal the spotlight. She actually becomes a mirror that reflects Taehyung's emotions. This fits the concept of duet choreography called mirroring narrative, where one dancer is tasked with visualizing and supporting the narrative of their partner, rather than competing with it. And let's be honest, this isn't your average idol level. This is high-performing arts territory. Now, if you're still wondering, okay, but why is this called the strongest comeback? Because of one very important reason: the revival of identity. A comeback isn't just about the song. A strong comeback is when an artist returns to the stage, not just with a work, but with a different yet intact identity. Taehyung shows that he's not just coming back. He's rising as a more mature, bolder, and more open version of himself. And the most beautiful thing about all of this is we're witnessing that transformation together. On screen, in dance, in silence, in meaningful slow motion. So, if you're a fan who's been waiting for Taehyung to come out as himself, then congratulations. This is it. This is the most honest version of Taehyung. Not one made to sell albums, not one composed to break records, but Taehyung dancing, not for the world, but for himself. And trust me, that's why the world can't stop watching. If you're still curious about the details of the symbolism behind Taehyung's every move, or the influence of Asian theater art that he might have brought into this choreography, write in the comments column. Because in the next video, we'll explore the deeper side. Who knows, you might find that this comeback isn't just visual but also spiritual. See you in the next video.